the first to know Nsem-Pii TV.
Mo akwaba ediba Nsem-Pii TV platforms. Now, there is this Indian company, you're from Park Agrotech Company Limited. Park Agrotech Company Limited. Omo den krata ababedan the Ministry of Trade and Industry led by the Honorable Member of Parliament Edema Adanse Fomena Kwabena Tahiru Hammond. Ama Honorable Kwabena Tahir Hammond and so I forwarded these documents at the Economic and Organized Crime Office for serious investigations. At the end of we will go deep into details. Trust us. Documents in our ye be him. At the end, and the Honorable Trade Minister I forwarded these documents at the Economic and Organized Crime Unit. Now, and penny for bang and what the erstwhile John Dramani Mahama's administration EOCO agrepo won ya omo hwehwe omo semu den free ne edikosi afi awieye. Stay tuned for the details. Now, yeah had the o my Ghana de wasemu pamu empoma imuda. Now, in May 2016, and former President John Dramani Mahama inaugurated the refurbishment of the Commander Sugar Factory, because Commander Sugar Factory, for the records, and yet former President John Dramani Mahama the sea factory. The Commander Sugar Factory was a factory in existence. Ya omo ankasa ban under Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings. Enu omugu no. Enti na a revamping of the defunct Commander Sugar Factory, not construction. So the inauguration of the newly refurbished or revamped Commander Sugar Factory also on the 19th of May 2016 by the former President John Dramani Mahama. Wajuma die na se no eno ma Ghana fo nyante yese o man say sika $200 million e the importation of sugar afibia. Eno nti na esese ehia say ye kone ye kore vampo ye sa kwasese Commander Sugar Factory ye ema no be ye adwuma na that huge import bill ye over $200 million on sugar no eso aye den yetumi atema wo man ye ho ahehia o yes o we de ese ne e adwempa e ya na montuopa owie no kire yen say the revamped Commander Sugar Factory is 25% bigger than the Nkrumah eye. Na ekura hoden a ebetumi abubu ahwedie ahodo apem eno ha mienu da bia, which is 1,200 tons of sugarcane per year. No, per day, sorry, da bia. Ena wo kire yen say factory na wa revamp no Indian government and they provide the grant enti eye bosia enya Ghana ban sika eye bosia ye betua ne kakra na India Exim Bank edema o man ya na sika no sum $24 million enti ye de $24 million en ye de esese Commander Sugar Factory ye said ye be ye betumi aye adwuma said ye na former president yi kan na $200 million e de kwa kresi kirem eso atumi ate eto antwa ho no mo a osan ka kire yen say apart from sugar factory de be maye e say be maye 2 megawatts of electricity power ye be ka the national grid na sa bre no energy crisis anu man yi komaye dumso eso aye den ate eto antwa ho a osan ka kire yen say $24 million revamp Commander Sugar Factory esan be maye 4,000 cubic meter molasses tank ya ebe danieni ediako alcohol any ethanol ena industrial spirit ya ye hospitals any other industries ebe use tinanka ya dia nanka ya pa na odinsam ni nyina eba wieye na o kire yen se the $24 million revamped Commander Sugar Factory ebe fagana mabunu 7,300 directly and indirectly, because outgrowers young baby apediano in aka. Tinache so hwemu ya nanka ya ni swadi huna sunye pa nanka ya pa. And during the inauguration Trade and Industry Minister Sabreno, Dr. EOCO Gabra, enso dibi eto so. The Paramount Chief of Commander Traditional Area, Nana Kwajokru, etwa bi de to so. Tini anim say, Nyankopon ayadom, atadwe ye de yate dene. The Ghana katwitwiri dia ye body kasi kire ni nyina e ba beba wiye. Now, immediately 19th of May 2016, ya Commander Sugar Factory ye inaugurate in less than a year. Ye musa factory ni ye dwuma bi. Ye nkwabu samu a say a sea factory of $24 million without raw materials to feed the factory. I heard the no ye de be gu sugar factory ni mu ama na produce sugar na heard the no kwenya no. Now, what's the year? Up to date 2023. Barely 7 years down the line, the Commander Sugar Factory is turning into a white elephant, deteriorating. But $24 million a day, akwakushi. Now, in 2020, the former president in any chile mo Cape Coast, ko Kasai, wo Cape FM, ko kachire Ghana for say sabi. Na onya kwasia. Say odisi katwitwi die $24 million. Be kwa akoya dia ebe bo man ka. Na India buy no kachire and say for $24 million in Kosi factory ni wie owia was sign apply for funds to produce the raw materials, which is the sugar cane. As to say tosumu and then tosumu, Ghana for yam no afon. Now, Abenya and Adjune say he is going into a public-private partnership because Okaso will say kopesika fufro. Ama Commander Sugar Factory no assign ayedwuma biewa. Enyes kaketwa yenya because already your IMF craft in yeshe ni enti individuals ya oma ho den wosoro mmram na aban no so asene na Commander Sugar Factory sha se enye dwuma bi. Eno na the trade minister Honorable Kwabena Tahir Hammond contacted this same company ya omo de besi factory no maye ya from Park Agrotech Company Limited from India. Say omumbra na omeya assessment. Now from this assessment and these private partners transfer you be no kwan ye be fa so a ye no mbedi nkomo ama ma beboa ama Commander Sugar Factory asejane na so. Ye den krata nyina ama wo mo. This same Park Agrotech Company Limited buyer omo be ka kire the current government and the Minister of Trade say nei NEC Commander Sugar Factory with everything in it, including the machinery, the workforce, BBR, or my boka $18 million. In 2016, Yaboka $24 million. This same Park Agrotech Company Beka says nay NEC Commander Sugar Factory or my bay survey ni BBR. The entire cost of revamping the factory is going to be $80 million. And I Katie Amosiebo and Krata at the Ministry of Trade and Industry Chiremua or my boka $24 million. Yeah, they say yes to $30 million. And you did this sugar factory. Now you're dying. And 7 years down the line, say you see, a Juma, no 2016 one, Sikano Esu Ebetiaba $18 million. Park Agrotech for say they are the ones that refurbish the Commander Sugar Factory. In their books in India, you are spending $24 million to refurbishing the Commander Sugar Factory. That is what is in their books. In the books of Ghana, it is 24. Yeah, I rise it to 30. But in their books in India, Sikano Nusa. And no, and Katie Hammond, Minister for Trade and Industry, said there be some way there. In fact, there be. Not. And immediately, we piankrata Park Agrotech free Jadibre Nuna straight. And they command the Economic and Organized Crime Office. So Munya Hugemu. Because the company that was supposed to revamp the factory to be Babon Tembe say 9 years factory na boy 18 million. Now omukra mo ya adwuma sa abre no they are not. And komukra temu 24 million bi enhyemu dia. Then they are it has cost for an investigation. Say, let's assume say sa abre no po yesia na 18 million, 6 million e fa hin. They say nay, yesi factory nay at this dollar rate Said the EOCO na say revamp factory ni 18 million. Let's say 2016 no na me hu baby a. It is sika na ebeka homa ni duru 24 million according to KT Hammer. The Economic and Organized Crime Office. Omu hwie mu nkrata ni nyina wo. India for ne nkrata. The Ministry of Trade and Industry so reference or ni nyina ma wo. So omu nya hwie mu because the omu kan de e say the cost of that project was inflated. It was inflated. When you know during the debate of the 2024 budget, and as Nsem-Pii EOCO PPM. Today, the Economic and Organized Crime Office (EOCO) has been furnished with all this information. Yeah, how our investigations be called. People will also ask to say, yeah, what the Office of the Special Prosecutor and the Kaka on DNT and I hear Katie Hammond straight away or then Katana Pakodan EOCO. It is because, from our layman's perspective, the Office of the Special Prosecutor cannot be trusted. It can never and never be trusted. Looking at a Nyoma, Yerakisia Jabene Namwa warrior. You are prosecuting ghosts and setting free the living. Who does that? You prosecute the dead and set free the living. Yewra say John, Jenny baby ko. Shina boso. Eba scandal docket da ho. Omo nyina nam kwa. Double salary nam kwa. Yewra case lato force and still has the effrontery to chair minority in parliament and throw all sorts of tantrums against the certain government. Meanwhile, the 207 Oko Krabayas ambulances is still rotting at the 37 military hospital. And it is because of Sanyo Mainti and the Minister for Trade and Industry, Kwabena Tahir Hammond, yes, there be. Now, Mintabrin Kata in our command the Economic and Organized Crime Office. Now, we will move because, as we move, you need the Chesa Crodom, ya, and you might be peer free mobile, but the Bessibiano. Young fan coming, Nsem-Pii for the phone when I was a from us.
Take lessons from near Dr. Mahmoud Baumiasu beginning. Now, what's our challenges in Abia? Anche Bia with me picky. Now, say, penny for equation, I number Mama, another opportunity. I think it wouldn't have been bad. It would have signified or represent consistency. It would have signified and represented, say, at least, women largely, some people call them weaker cells. But when you give a woman opportunity, let me hear near maybe a Obama crano over here on your open fans. Mammy Biba, and then here do you see the man in her near didn't yes, Omo body. Not to say Dina canon so near a day over a opening Julius Debra. I mean, a fine gentleman. Region now free move bano. A woman say NDC in time performing well in the Eastern region. But maybe
but Eastern region is quite interesting.
Yes.
There's a part of Eastern region that NDC does very well.
Very well. But overall, no. So Chafa Microphone who yellow 1 and 2, 1 and 2, even though the back me had this who has said idea Upper West Chimney.
You know the settlers there.
Oh yes. It speaks to
like it's your mind.
Near day. But overall, no dear, say NDC don't do too well in Ashanti the way they wanted. But in Tebia, they open Julius the Brabemwa. Who knows? Ebiana the presence net me but akoya besepani kunna haban. Drop my menua. People will begin to read a lot of meanings. You don't believe in consistency. You don't give second opportunity. You don't this. You don't that. Mameno, I know her as a former vice chancellor. As a politician. Maybe given a second chance, the woman can prove something very greater than Abi and who say why in the first adil. And a very Herculean task for former President John Dramani Mahama coming, giving the names now, but Mestre said the best or the easiest of the decisions he would have to take, ABI would be to go with Professor Jinana Opoku Ajimai. That would be the easiest of all the options.
Really?
Oh yes. No, they say no, they no ticket. He has once believed in, and it will only be a consistency of your belief or hoping, say, with a second chance. Some of these things. Or Nankasa President Mahama Nankasa is going to give himself a second chance, because definitely, or yeah, near my year, ABA, and we need 2020. It is a almost what Nasia who say, the blame cannot be shifted to maybe any individual, one person, but to be including the running mate, including Onoankasa Nimu, ABA and the campaign managers, representatives of the regions and the constituencies, and so be accepted part of the blame. No mutinase, eshe omuniema ye. Na omuma obia, omuma second chance. Ombehia obia oko 2020 be on board. Come to think of it, Chairman General, 2020 the NDC didn't do bad at all. They moved from 43 to 47. And that was a very good show. Bia no kasa team ni hu bia no. Mema muma ni pakono mfile say one contribute and another contribution is significant. Omu nyina contribute ye, but ankoye good enough for them to win the election. I think it's consistency. Ebeye adia omanpenida da John Dramani Mahama ebe consider dia any enka the woman should be given, unless ebia Mameno so feel say no one person will give you way for others to come and try. But the easiest of all the decisions the former President John Dramani Mahama would have to do is to settle on Madam Professor Jinana Opoku. That would have been the easiest. I
can see professor for the professor.
Oh, but Brakame, oh, the wa join Hoshe. Sir Obia, mene Brakame forming alliance 1. Yakoba yeno. Our performance have moved from 43 to 47. It will say our mind the ultimate. We want to go again. Who dano home by all the fault on me and I me bo chidom no. Then it's like you did everything right and I did everything wrong. No. Let's all accept say you at a point did some things right, and at some points we all also did some things not too right. Utie elections here course so me of Asami photo ne General Mosquito the general chairman elections no. At a point now there was even allegations say Obi Kra could use wrong software near wrong machines near there. After 5 regions, everything came down. Near it means chepa obia who kakra. And so repeating, giving people opportunity to amend their mistakes, giving them a second chance, re-empowering them, encouraging them, and telling them say Charlie, okoduha kakra bin ke wini enti afie konfofro unema hwegu ma hu hihya ye ni ade including onwa President Mahama no ankasa advising himself and accepting says as some places also wrong near there also be correct here. I think say all together the woman's ticket should be maintained.
Well,
consistency.
Let's see how it goes. So as Alute says, the professor for the professor.
On your bad side, just on your politician, but it be a second chance.
But the professor, professors association. Yeah. 80 Professors Association where you know.
Yeah. But or your senior by far.
Or your colleague. Oh, of course.
Oh, Professor Gino.
First female vice chancellor of a public university. And no me university than the University of Cape Coast.
Senior.